This is a review of the Ivation powerful mid-size thermoelectric dehumidifier. It features an auto humidistat built into it. Inside the box, you'll find an instruction manual, an AC power cord that plugs into the power brick. This power cord is 5 feet long. Find the power brick itself, which operates from 100 to 240 volts AC and 50 to 60 hertz, and it has a extension adapter that will plug into the unit, and this cable here is 5 feet long also. The power adapter is UL approved. This is the front side of the unit, and it features some controls that you should be aware of. First of all, you have a power off-on light, and you have a full LED that comes on yellow when the tank needs to be emptied. These are the humidistat settings that you can adjust, and I'll go over those in a second. The humidistat just came on, and it's telling me that the relative humidity in this room is 55%. When the unit comes on, the default setting is to remove moisture from the air down to a relative humidity of 50%. So right now it's running because it's above that. If I want to lower that reading, I can push this down and tell it to remove the humidity down to 40% or all the way up to 80%. You can see when I got to 55, the unit shut off because it says, why should I dehumidify the air when it's already at the target point that you've set me at? I can go up all the way up to 80%. So the humidity setting here is between 40% and 80%. Basically, when the humidity exceeds the setting you have by 5%, the dehumidifier will come on. And when the humidity in the room goes below by 5%, the dehumidifier will shut off. Just to point out, the unit does have a small fan, and you can hear it. In addition to that, if you're in an area where the humidity is right at the setting, the unit has a tendency to go off and on, so every so often you hear a clicking noise. That's the internal relay turning the fan on and turning on the internal cooling unit. This unit is designed using a solid-state Peltier cooling element. A Peltier element is a device that you pass current through, and one side of it gets warm and the other side of it gets cold. As you pull air into this unit and pass it over the cold side, the moisture in the air condenses and the water droplets are collected in a tank. Here now you can see the unit is going off and on. And this is what I was talking about, it's cycling back and forth. On the side here, you can see where the power plug plugs into the unit out of the power brick. That's how it's powered on. The back side here, you see the power off-on switch. This is the inlet to pull in the warmer, moist air. It goes in across the Peltier element and cools it, condenses the moisture out of the air, and then it is exhausted through the sides, which is the dry air outlet. Here you can see the dry air outlet. There are two of them, one on each side. This unit has only been on for just a few seconds, and it's been cycling. Actually, this room that we're in, the relative humidity is roughly 50%. So this thing's doing a doggone good job to even get that much moisture out of the air. This reservoir tank should allow the unit to pull 25 ounces of water per day out of a room that's roughly 16 feet by 16 feet with an 8-foot high ceiling. So a mid-sized room. This would be ideal for use in a bathroom or a bedroom where you want to lower the humidity and make the room feel cooler. In this tank, you'll see the water will come down in here, down through this hole, and be stored down here. This is a pouring spout, and when the tank is full and you want to empty it, you pull the tank out, pop this up, and you can pour the water out of here. Make sure that you understand that this water should be poured into a toilet or into a sink, and make sure that your pets don't drink it. It is not potable water. The button here, when the tank gets full, rises up and touches a micro switch inside of here, which shuts off the unit and turns on the yellow LED on the front to tell you that it's time to dump the water. Point out that on the water collection tray, there is a handle. It lets you pull it out easily. And for it to work properly, It has to be inserted all the way in. There's another micro switch in the back that senses when the water reservoir has been removed, the unit will not operate. Another area where you can put your hand. This helps you to stabilize it when you're trying to move it. But I have to point out that this is plastic and it's relatively slick, so you're not going to be able to carry it with one hand. For me, this is really a nice unit. What I like the most about it is that you have a display here that tells you the humidity of the room that you're in, and you can adjust the set point you want to control. And it's going to control the humidity within plus or minus 5% of that reading. That's an excellent feature. An ideal unit, as I mentioned, for a bathroom. You know, you take your shower, you're pumping all that humidity into the air. This helps keep your bathroom drier and prevents mold and mildew. This would also be ideal for use in a closet, for example, or even in a bedroom where it would reduce the humidity in the bedroom and make it feel cooler. I do want to point out again, though, that there is a fan inside. It makes a fan noise. It's not tremendously loud. And there is a clicking noise when it goes off and on when it's reached the set point. I've been running this unit for a while, and I wanted to see how much power it was using. So I plugged it into a watt meter, as you can see over here on the wall. What I saw was that when the unit was in standby, it only drew 0.4 watts. When it was on and operating, it draws about 80 watts. At drawing 80 watts, it was drawing 1.09 amps, and its power factor was 0.58. So it specifies inside that it draws roughly 72, 75 watts. That's pretty close to what I was seeing. It was actually drawing 80. Overall, I like this unit a lot. It's easy to set up and operate. I like the fact that it has this digital humidistat in it. Makes it nice to set up to control the humidity in your room the way you want it. It collects a lot of water. Just remember to empty it every day. I like the fact that it has an LED to tell you when the tank is full with an automatic shutoff. I just want to remind you, if you're going to put it in a bedroom, you will hear a clicking noise as it goes off and on, and you will hear the fan. This review was done by JJ CEO. I'd like to tell you I rated this product at 5 stars, and I received a sample for test and evaluation. I promise that if I gave a review, it would be fair and honest.